question, how do you see yourself, right, in the future? What are you going to do in terms of your career? You're going to continue in this line of work? How you see yourself probably in 5 years, right? When are you going to finish the school?
So I actually plan on graduating in December.
This December?
Yes, I just started the semester and I plan on graduating in December. I'm powering through it all. The GI Bill is an amazing thing that I'm glad that veterans get. And if anyone in this class that listens to this ever is a veteran, use the GI Bill. If you're not already, the GI Bill is amazing. It's allowing me to work full time as well as attend school as a full time student. Montclair is great for that flexibility of both in person and online. So when I first got out of the military, active duty, which was actually just over a year from now, or a year ago, I should say, I was not sure if I wanted to continue in law enforcement. There was some stuff that I had dealt with while I was active duty that made me kind of question, is this really the career that I wanted? So I did take a step out of law enforcement briefly. I'm also focusing on my education now because I would like to complete my bachelor's and I may even end up wanting to get a master's as well. But I do have a plan within the next year or so, especially once the bachelor's is completed. I do plan on going into a federal capacity of some sorts. There are a couple of different agencies I've looked into. I know having the military background will help. The previous law enforcement will help. I want to be able to assist people on a larger scale at the federal level. I give all of our local law enforcement police officers all of the credit in the world. But I will say, I know that they deal with some stuff because I've done it myself, that you respond out to it. It's not even a crime at all. And you're like, why did you call me? And that happens a lot. And I see myself doing a little bit bigger stuff, higher level sort of thing. So I'm still very passionate about law enforcement. I'm very passionate about people doing their jobs correctly and not violating rights of individuals. It does bother me when I see certain news articles come out. And the one thing that bothers me the most about it is they're like, well, that's what the police department's policy was. And it's like, and why has that not been changed? Like that is very outdated. Like let's get with it's 2025 now. I mean, what are we doing here? So I'm very passionate about, doing a very thorough job and taking care of the person who is the victim in the situation, helping them out, and even the subject as well. You have to treat and respect them. You have to do your job. And there are very specific things that you can and can't do without, subpoenas or warrants and things like that. There's a process that you're supposed to go through for a reason. Inside of the life, limb, or eyesight, which that's what we always say. Like if there's a concern of life, limb, or eyesight, you kind of can just go do. Because there's somebody could get hurt. There's a reason we have processes and paperwork involved, and another person has to sign off for you to do X, Y, and Z. Because an individual does have rights, regardless of if it's somebody in the military or if it's somebody on the civilian side of the world. A victim has rights, a subject has rights, and we have our process for a reason. And we also have our lane that we have to stay in. And when you start going outside of that lane, that's when you end up on the news. And you don't want that. Nobody wants that.